So guys, Bitcoin's trading at 93,000. Altcoins are crashing down very significantly, and specific indicators around Bitcoin dominance and USDT dominance, and overall the price action around Bitcoin is pointing to the fact that the markets are going to be crashing down even more significantly. I want to talk about these specific indicators, sentiment around the markets, and overall how you can position yourself. If you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey since the beginning of 2023, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events as well as specific indicators around Bitcoin, altcoins, just so you can understand why the markets are doing what they're doing and how you can position yourself. Right now, altcoins are getting squeezed like crazy. Price action around Bitcoin is also crashing down, but the dominance around Bitcoin and USDT is starting to shoot up, which is pointing to the fact that altcoins are more than likely going to get squeezed even harder. I want to cover those specific indicators and everything else in between. Let's jump into it. So guys, like how I said, Bitcoin is crashing down, sitting at around 93,000. Bitcoin dominance as well, you can see it is starting to wick back up. The total 2 chart is returning all of the gains that we saw at the end of December, beginning middle half of the first week of January. We're returning all of those gains, and right now USDT dominance is starting to wick up very significantly. Keeping up with USDT dominance and Bitcoin dominance really lets you know when the shift from altcoins goes back into these other top assets. Everyone hedges their losses, guys, by allocating into USDT as well as Bitcoin. So a lot of people have different sentiment as what's going to be happening in the markets, but the price action around Bitcoin is looking quite wonky, which is pointing to the fact that we could be seeing more deviations. Justin Bennett talked about the price action around Bitcoin and the lows that we saw in December moving into January, and how none of it has been swept yet, which is pointing to the fact that we could be crashing down even harder. He says, I wonder what happens to these lows, and you can see all of them, guys, since December moving into January. He says, spoiler alert, and he put the skull face, because more than likely, guys, we're going to sweep all these lows, and if we sweep all these lows, you see that green zone that he has? Yeah. Bitcoin can be jumping down all the way to around 85,000. Now, this is where, everyone has different perspectives, fundamentals around exactly these price actions. Everyone draws their own trend lines. At the end of the day, this is where you have to really determine what side of the line you're on and then position yourself. I think that we're going to be crashing down even more. I talked about this happening, guys, about a week ago. I'm going to keep showing you guys the video, because if you watched that video, you were aware that this crash was more than likely going to happen. And I'm about to show you a chart from Macroeconomic where he talks about the previous cycles and exactly what's taking place. And this is exactly what I showed in that video, which is really awesome. As an intermediate trader, I feel really proud of myself. But overall, guys, the price action around Bitcoin is super weak right now, and we haven't swept these lows, which is pointing to the fact that more than likely we could be crashing down even more. The price action around USDT dominance is something we covered yesterday, and overall it's spelling out more trouble for crypto if this dominance breaks and overall holds this specific point. And right now we're seeing USDT dominance jump up significantly, and it's holding. And closing out the week, we have a few specific events around the US economy that are really going to start to cause more of a stir in the market. We also have stuff like the California wildfires that are going on, the US talking about how they're going to cover all the cost of that. There's a lot of different things people aren't thinking about, and the Democratic administration is doing so much right before they leave, which is squeezing out a lot of funds in the crypto markets. But overall, guys, these are specific indicators that we're really focused on, and the perspective from crypto analysts. Macroeconomic talks about previous cycles, the price action, and how this is normal. And I have been telling you guys about this, but overall, I'm gonna read Macroeconomic's thing because he has been here for multiple cycles, and more likely you'll take him more seriously. Overall, it says Bitcoin bull market year. Every Bitcoin bull market year begins with a rough start of some sort. For the past 2 cycles, there have been rises in the first week of the new year, followed by downside. Seem familiar? It should. Our current cycle has done nearly the exact same. Now, if you look, guys, you can see in 2013, this was much different, but you can still see how there was a deviation before the huge rip up, for the next huge rip up. Same thing in 2017, same thing in 2021, and now we're experiencing it in 2025. It says other cycles also tell us that the corrections are typically short-lived and conclude within the month. We have seen strong rises into March after the fact, and the same should be true this cycle. And now, every price action in each cycle is different. We have been seeing a lot of sideways consolidation, so I wouldn't be surprised if it lasts longer than most people are anticipating. But this is where you can start to take advantage of the markets and start dollar cost averaging. You can see, guys, in the crypto markets, as you can see for all the major assets, everything is down significantly. But if we were to jump into my portfolio and exactly what I am holding, before, guys, on the 7-day, all these coins were up 80%, 50%, 60%. Now, they're all down 15%. 19%. It's really crazy, guys, the amount that they are down. Even on the 24-hour, you're seeing that these coins are down very significantly. So right now is the time, if you believe in a lot of altcoins, to start dollar cost averaging into these positions. I think we're going to be deviating lower. So I'm honestly not going to be allocating any funds until tomorrow. I want to see exactly when everyone gets paid, how everyone's going to start reacting to the markets, because these are a lot of different things that people don't keep in mind. Everything is psychological. Most people get paid on Fridays, and at the end of the day, I want to see exactly how people are going to react to the markets. I know there's red, so I feel like people are going to be allocating, but at the end of the day, most people are very fearful right now. Ilo gave his perspective on the market, and I thought it was really great to hear. He says, thoughts on where we're at right now. Macro people are worried about less Fed rate cuts in 25 based on some recent economic data. Doesn't seem to be any real proof that inflation rise under Trump in 2025. That didn't happen last time he was in power, which I think that is kind of bullcrap. At the end of the day, we're in a different economy. It doesn't matter what happened with Trump before. This is a 2025, baby. Different year, different problems. Dollars is insanely strong and yields are high. Not the best for risk assets. Yeah, that's true. Bitcoin has the uncertainty in potential U.S. government selling $6.5 billion worth of crypto, which is from the Silk Road. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. It's not clear if this has happened or not yet, so news can quickly clear this up, but it is also adding to the weakness. And he says, one last FU from the Democrats. To be honest, this is mostly a nothing burger. Bitcoin also had a big run from 60K to 108K, so let us not forget that. Right now, it's kind of, just cooling down. Overall, price action is remarkably similar to January before Trump was inaugurated last time, about yada, yada, yada. If it plays out again, then you have the dollar topping and yields coming down after Trump is inaugurated, which is good for our coins, which I think might happen. February has been notably strong in post-halving years. So in post-halving years in 2017, after July 2016 halving, 26.2% rip. And then in February 2021, after the May 2020 halving, a 36.2% rip. Not many data points, but we never have that many past data points in crypto. Historical price action and seasonality still plays a big role in trader/investor decision. And he goes on to say how he believes Bitcoin dominance has topped, but he still, is looking at that BTCPA because it's still required to have, our alts have a sustainable run. He gives his predictions as what's going to be happening for Q1. And honestly, I agree with him on some things, but at the end of the day, I think that this is a whole different equation. Same thing how CryptoCon was saying that these are short-lived downsides. I think that is different in every bull cycle. Now, I could be completely wrong. Invalidation happens all the time. And if that happens, possibly within the next week or 2 weeks, whenever the inauguration happens, we could be seeing a huge rip. But swiping everything to the side, guys, this is where you need to start doing your due diligence, navigating the space, seeing how everyone feels, and then really determine if you want to start allocating to the markets or if you kind of just want to wait for more information. Me, currently, I'm waiting for more information. I want to see exactly what everyone is going to be doing closing out the week and exactly more news events around the US. But overall, guys, that is currently what's happening in the crypto markets. Bitcoin dominance and USDT are starting to shoot up. All coins are getting squeezed like crazy. And overall, there's a whole bunch of moving parts. Right now, I want to run back through everything so you have an understanding of what's going on very briefly. And then from there, I'm going to give you guys my perspective on what I am doing. Okay, so Bitcoin, guys, right now is trading at 93,000, crashing down very significantly. Bitcoin dominance is starting to wake up, as well as USDT dominance. And the total 2 chart is showing us return all of the gains that we have made at the end of December, moving into January. Everything is being returned. You can see on my portfolio, I'm still up very significantly. I'll show you guys again. I'm up very significantly, even though my coins are down right now. And it's just because I've been allocated to the market for much longer than most people. But everything is at insanely good buying prices. Justin Bennett's talking about how the price action around Bitcoin, these specific lows, he's wondering what's going to happen. He says, spoiler alert, and he gives you guys the skull, because based off of this, we more than likely are going to be sweeping these lows. And if we do, we're going to be crashing down much more harder. We talked about USDT dominance and how it's waking up yesterday, and overall right now it's starting to keep waking up and it's staying pretty strong. So if we keep seeing this, more than likely altcoins are going to keep getting squeezed. We covered different cycles with the price action around Bitcoin starting out the year and everything, and how everything reacts. And this was something that was apparently forecasted. Everyone believes, or based off of what CryptoCon is showing, this is something that always typically happens, but a lot of people in the crypto markets weren't anticipating this. I thought this was gonna happen, which is why I'll show you guys the video again. I thought this was gonna happen, and I felt very confident about it, and it's currently taking place. But he believes that this is gonna be a short-lived up. Will it be a short-lived up? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Ilo goes on to give his perspective on the markets, how he thinks at the end of the day we're still where we need to be. We're gonna be making the crazy gains. He thinks Bitcoin dominance has topped out. He thinks at the end of the day we still need to see the price action around these specific assets, because it's key to really determine if our altcoins are going to be ripping up. And at the end of the day, he's still very bullish, which a lot of altcoin investors are. I'm still very bullish. But see, in the markets, guys, everything is down significantly, which is why the sentiment in the markets is up and down. So swiping everything to the side, guys, right now, the crypto markets are crashing down very significantly. And more than likely, they could be crashing down even more. So right now is a very important time to keep up with these specific indicators and the day-to-day events, so you can have an understanding how sentiment shifts in the market. Everything goes really crazy. We could see Bitcoin start to rip up, next week. But at the end of the day, we won't know until we start seeing some analysis and actual indicators that are pointing to the fact. Right now, everything is looking quite red, so you need to position yourself for that. I'm honestly not dollar cost averaging just yet. I want to see how this weekend is going to close out, and then from there really determine what I'm going to do. We could be seeing a slight pump for the weekend. We saw that about a week or two ago, but then everything crashed down very, very hard. So is it going to be a fake pump? Is it going to be an actual rip up, and then from there, after the inauguration, we're going to see altcoin season start? I do not know. I need to have more information around these specific indicators to really let me know. But right now, it's really pointing to the fact that everything is still going to get squeezed. But if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey since the beginning of 2023, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events around Bitcoin, altcoins, how you can position yourself, rotations, liquidity shifts, everything like that. This is not financial advice by any means. Everything on this YouTube channel is just for entertainment purposes and just to show you guys what a normal person is doing in the crypto space. It's really possible to do some crazy things, but you got to really be educated and be willing to be the outlier in the space. Be willing to learn more, have a different perspective on everything, and that's what I plan to do on this YouTube channel. Drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my content. We're getting really close to getting monetized, which I'm super pumped. I've been busting my butt off all 2024, 2023, getting into 2025, and hopefully finally getting monetized. So it's gonna be really crazy, guys. Drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.